Adam, you sit here as the first new head coach of AFC Fylde. Just how delighted are you to be here?
Yeah, chuffed. It's a decision that I've thought long and hard about over the last couple of weeks. But speaking to the chairman and speaking to the people of the club, it was something that I thought at the right time for me had come along, and a challenge that I wanted to take on. I think it's a club that's ready to move forward and has been probably for a while. And I want to be the person that can try and carry that forward.
What was it specifically that attracted you to the role here?
The professionalism. I think that's the biggest thing. I think it's I like to see myself as a coach. I think the club's going down the role of a real modern day way of doing things, which I'm used to in the last clubs that I've worked at. So that was a big pull for me, the fact that the club operates at the minute above its level, and now it's up to me to take it to that level. So it's a big challenge. Probably from the level I've been working at, there's part risk for me as well, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take, and one that I'm confident that I can be successful in.
I think when you look around the facilities here, they're magnificent, and some would argue they're better than levels above. So that's probably obviously key in creating a successful environment too.
100%. I think I'd heard a lot about it, about the way things are done here, and the resources and the infrastructure and the facilities. But when you actually come and see it and you get your own eyes on it, it really is something special. I've heard a lot of people talk about the project and what a good project it is, and I'm not going to say that it's not, because it is, but at the same time it's been spoke about a good project for a long time now, and it's important that actions are put in place to get the project to where it needs to be, and that's what I'm looking at my challenge.
You've seen the playing squad over the past few weeks. Just what kind of group is it that you've got to work with here? Very
good. I think it's not just the ability in the group. I think the mentality, the work ethic. It's an honest group, which is important. So it's got all the attributes to be a successful team. I know that the team's been close on a number of occasions to reaching its goal over the last couple of seasons, and for whatever the reason is, hasn't quite got there. But the playing group's very strong. There'll be certain tweaks and bits will move around and change, but no, it's a really good group.
You want to obviously implement your own style here. What can supporters expect from you as manager?
Exciting, I hope. I think it's a style that, with the help of other coaches, other managers that I've built over the course of a long time now. It's a very energetic way of playing, a very high intensity way of playing. We want to control the ball, we want to control the football, we want to dictate play to the opposition with the ball, but not at a snail's pace. The aim is to constantly try and keep the opponent thinking, keep the opponent under stress, and that's the way we'll go about the job in and out of possession.
You've signed a 2.5-year deal here. Is it key to stress that it's very much a process from here?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a situation where there's the short-term goals. We want to be promoted, but then at the same point, we want to keep pushing forward. I think it's got everything in place to keep moving forward, and it's important as players, as staff, as coaching staff, that we keep pushing it forward. So yeah, we've got immediate targets that we want to hit and we need to hit, and then we'll take it from there.
You made a lot of appearances as a player. You've been at some big clubs throughout your coaching career. Are they some of the experiences you look to pass on to the group?
Definitely. I think I've been very fortunate as a player, as an assistant manager. I've managed to get a lot of promotions. I've been at every level. So for me, it's been a blessing in terms of playing at every level and now coaching from non-league players to players that are going to the World Cup next week. So I've enjoyed every experience. I've got a lot of people that I'm really grateful for adding to my toolbox, so to speak. But I just felt now's the right time to grab a challenge and to put my own ideas into it. So yeah, we'll take it from there.
You spoke about the aspirations of obviously being at the top of the table. How do we now go to the next level?
I think by becoming a little bit more ruthless. I think the games that I've watched have been dominated largely by us for large parts of the game, but we haven't quite got that killer instinct enough times to take the 3 points. So I still think we're in a really good position. Obviously, you've got games in hand. You'd rather points on the board, but we've got the potential to go and earn them points. So I think for us now, it's about becoming a little bit more ruthless, getting a little bit more of that killer instinct, and finishing games off when we get the opportunity.
You were there on Saturday to witness the game against Darlington, a fantastic win and a good marker against what was the then league leaders.
Yeah, definitely, and I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was a big test. I think for this league, they have a lot of ingredients that are really effective at this level. But I never felt like we were under any threat. I think we coped with all of their threats, and for us to go away to top of the table and to put that performance in and get the result, it shows what a strong position we're in, and more to the point, what a great job Andy's done. So yeah, really looking forward to pushing that on now and moving forward. And we start tomorrow with a big game.
Like I said, do you see that as a perfect marker to kick your regime off and lead into this busy week now?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a real good feeling in the group, especially from the weekend. So it's always nice to come into that environment. It's not very often you get the chance to come into an environment where you're not fighting fires, or you're trying to put something right that's been wrong. So there's a lot of good work been done here over the last few weeks. And we want to carry that on. I think me and Andy were very similar in our thought process, the way we want to play the game. So it'll work well.
Gillingham tomorrow night, your first game in charge, and although it's going to be a tough game, it's surely an exciting one for everyone too. Yeah,
it's going to be extremely tough. I think we know the challenge we're up against. At the same time, I watched the first game here, the first leg, and I felt we were really good in parts and could have gone on to win the game. So we definitely don't go there with fear. We most certainly don't go there with any worries or concerns. We'll go there, express ourselves. It's up to them to come out and attack us and beat us. So yeah, we'll go there, we'll play free, we'll enjoy it, we'll enjoy the occasion, and try and get another win on the board.
Cheers, Alan. Welcome to the club.
Thank you very much.